Everyone, welcome back to this YouTube channel. Today we are going to see Maharashtra State Board Class 10 Science 2 Chapter number 6 Animal Classification. In the previous standard already we have studied about the classification of the living organisms. In that we had already studied about the different things which they have mentioned in this particular chart, and then first we will discuss about this particular chart, and then afterward we will talk about the classification for the animals. Now, first of all, when we talk about the living organisms, they are classified as the prokaryotics. I'm writing in a short, and eukaryotics. Then prokaryotics are further classified as the kingdom Monera. The kingdom Monera is entirely present in the prokaryotics. Eukaryotics, on the other hand, when we discuss about, it's further classified as the unicellular organism and multicellular organism. Unicellular organism is further classified as the kingdom Protista. This is nothing but the kingdom Protista. Then afterward, on the other hand, when we talk about the multicellular organisms, they are further classified in two different categories. The one is with cell wall, and other one is a without cell wall. Now this, when we talk about the with cell walls, it's further classified as the autotrophs and the heterotrophs. Here also I'm writing in a short, you can write it in a full. Autotrophs and heterotrophs. And autotrophs are further classified as the kingdom Plantae, and the heterotrophs are further classified as the kingdom Fungi. And on the other hand, when we talk about the without cell wall, in that we have the kingdom Animalia. Now this entire classification of the living organism is also known as the five kingdom classification, because we have a five kingdom in this. The one is a kingdom Monera, one is a kingdom Protista, kingdom Plantae, kingdom Fungi, and the kingdom Animalia. In this particular chapter, we are going to talk about this particular kingdom, that is Animalia, and the classification of this kingdom we are going to study in detail. In this particular chapter, when we will go ahead, they have given is about the history of animal classification. History of animal classification, in this they have given the complete information how the animals classification had started and how it grown up to today's classification. So time to time different scientists have tried to classify the animals, and the Greek philosopher Aristotle was the first to perform the animal classification. So remember this name, the Aristotle, the Greek philosopher, he was the first to perform the animal classification. Then the various criteria are followed. Different criteria like body size, habitats means where they live. Then the further, as per the new developments in a science, references were changed, because at the beginning when the Aristotle had started to classify the animals, he considered this kind of a things. But as the science progressed, there different considerations were taken to classify the animals in a different category. Now the further is the classification proposed by Aristotle is known as artificial method. Besides Aristotle, artificial method of classification was followed by Theophrastus, Pliny, John Ray, Linnaeus, etc. Later on, natural system of classification was followed. Natural system of classification was based on various criteria like body organization, types of cells, chromosomes, biochemical properties, etc. By the time system of classification based on evolution was also brought into practice. So based on the evolution also, the classification had started in the field of animal classification, and it was used by Dobzhansky and Mayer. Recently, Carl who has also proposed the animal classification. Now, the benefits of animal classification. Now, whenever we are studying anything, we should know the benefit of that. Otherwise, it's a totally waste of time. Why to study this animal classification? what is the need of it. So that benefits they have given. What the benefits we have. Study of animals becomes convenient. So it's but obvious if we have the millions of species available on the earth, then knowing for each and every individually, it's a very tough task. So if we classify them, then we come to know some common characteristics among the different category of the animals. So study of animals becomes convenient. And then the study of few animals from a group helps to understand about that entire group. Then it gives idea about animal evolution. Then animals can be easily identified with great accuracy. It helps to understand the relationships of animals with other living organisms, and it helps to understand the habitat of each animal and its exact role in the nature. It also helps to understand various adaptations shown by animals. Now, this is about the history of animal classification. Next one, when I have to study about the traditional method of animal classification. Traditional means at the beginning what they have done or how they have classified. So traditionally, depending upon the presence or absence of the notochord, the animal kingdom has been divided into two groups, non-chordates and the chordates. Non-chordates, character of non-chordate animals are as follows. They have given what they are. Body is not supported by rod-like notochord, like we have the spinal cord. Basically, we can compare it with the notochord. Pharyngeal jaw slits are absent. Nerve cord, if present, it is on ventral side, means the back of the body. It is solid and paired. Heart, if present, it is on dorsal side. Now the further part is non-chordates are classified, divided into 10 phyla. Those phyla are Protozoa, Porifera, Colentrata or the Cnidaria, then the Plementhyminthus, Esculminthus, Annelida, Arthropoda, Mollusca, Echinodermata, and Hemichordata. These are the different phyla. Phyla is actually the singular is a phylum and the plural is a phyla. So these 10 phyla are the part of the non-chordates. Chordates, the characteristics of the chordates are as follows. Body is supported by the notochord, means they had the notochord in their body. Then the pharyngeal gill slits or lungs are present for respiration. Nerve cord is present on dorsal side of body. It is hollow. Heart is present on ventral side of body. Notochord is a long rod-like supporting structure present on dorsal side of animal body. It keeps the nerve tissue isolated from remaining body. So here the example they have taken, or the example they have given, the example picture for the characteristics of a chordates. You can see over here the notochord. This one is a notochord, and the muscles are downward of it. Then the other parts like the anus, delphin, gill slits or the mouth, this all are below the notochord, and the nerve cord is above to this notochord, so that is well protected from the other part of the body. Then all chordate animals are grouped together in a single phylum, and the name of phylum is same, that is phylum Chordata. This phylum has been divided into three subphyla as a Urochordata, Cephalochordata, and Vertebrate. Subphylum Vertebrata has been further divided into 6 classes as classes Cyclostomata, class Pisces, Amphibia, Reptilia, Aves, and Mammalia. So this we are going to see it in a further detail. So first we will talk about the kingdom Animalia is further classified as a subkingdom non-chordates and chordates. And then it's further the non-chordates, when we talk about it, it's further classified into 10 phylum, that is Protozoa, Porifera, then the Cnidaria, Plenthyminthus, then the Esculminthus, Annelida, Arthropoda, Mollusca, Echinodermata, and Hemichordata. On the other hand, when we talk about the kingdom chordates is further classified as the phylum Chordata, the single phylum we have, But that's further classified as a subphylum into three categories, that is Urochordata, Cephalochordata, and the Vertebrata. And the Vertebrata is further classified into six classes, that is Cyclostomata, Pisces, Amphibia, Reptilia, Aves, and Mammalia. So these are the classification or the conventional system of animal classification. In the next part of the videos, we will see the criteria for the new system of classification. What are the criteria are followed for the classification of the animals. So in this video, only this much.